Welcome to the Augmentation of Man. I am Renee Miller,
I'm Kent.
and today we're going to be talking about the changes that are coming, and we're being told they are beginning, and what those changes are relative to the Earth and to humanity.
We're going to try to say this in the original language and then say what we think these words in the original language actually means. If you have a different version or a different definition, please contact us.
So, Kent is a trans channel. He goes into a deep meditation. He hears this high spiritual communication in his head. He repeats what he hears, and I write it down and record it. And that is where we're getting our information from. It used to be mainly the ancients, but they're busy now with all these changes, and we have a lot of other spiritual mentors that are coming in and guiding us.
Okay, let's begin. The changes, all these changes we're going to bring up have now begun. But it's going to take a long, long time for it to manifest. Probably not in our lifetime, but in your next generation's lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, let's start. Exterior inclination of cosmic forces coming through the system, rearranging planetary alignments.
And so, inclination, when you look up the definition, can mean an attraction to something. And so this exterior coming in from outside, it is cosmic forces that are being attracted to something. It's coming through the system, meaning coming through the universe, and it's rearranging planetary alignments. So we have to assume the attraction is the planets and the celestial bodies that it's being attracted to, and it's going to be rearranging their orbits.
Yeah, and then a plasmic interaction, which is rarely seen, is going to happen.
So this is something unusual. If our scientists were able to realize that this plasmic interaction is there, they would probably think that this is something that has never happened. But we're being told it's something that does happen, but it's rare.
So,
And plasma being charged particles.
so flotation of existing pattern will be influenced by celestial events. Events that happen in the cosmos will influence this existing pattern. A prescribed indentation.
So that's kind of a strange way of saying things,
Yeah.
but this is the way these spiritual beings communicate. Our language has been dumbed down over the years. And so if we were of the time of the Constitution when it was written, we might think that way in these terms, but our language has deteriorated.
The thing is, the pattern is being influenced by celestial events. That's the key thing here.
And I think what we need to do is think in terms of when you're talking about charged particles, you're talking about energies that are coming through and the vibration of those energies, and it's interfacing with the vibration and the energies around a given planet or celestial sphere. And it's shifting it to some degree. It's changing it to some degree.
Prescribed, it's conforming to a procedure. Okay, a universal law procedure, and established, but important here, by order. And the same thing, the word indentation means to draw order upon it. So everything is in order according to celestial law or universal law.
Universal law. Yeah. And there's beings, high beings. There's more than just angels out there. There's more than the devil. There is a plethora of beings who orchestrate the plans of the creator. And they all work in synchronicity as one unit. That's the one, right? And so this is being prescribed as being ordered from high up. And
It's not ordered, it's in a procedural order.
okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's universal laws, which is procedure order. It has to be done by a particular type of order.
Yeah, but that order is established by
By the creator.
creator.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But it is all these other beings work to make that happen.
right. So all globes and spheres, interaction of each unit, a cosmological intercession of bodies, and the movement of each transferal system. The word transferal is an interesting word here. If it's come to pass or put in one place or another.
To transfer. So, like, you know, if you
Transferring.
think of an orbit, it's transferring that celestial body through space, right? And so,
Yeah, so it's talking about all the sphere, not just
Mhm.
Earth.
Right. And so as this force of charged particles moves through space and it interacts with each celestial sphere and um, it's the system that includes its orbit that surrounds that sphere. It's going to interact and it's going to shift and change the vibration, the mathematical codes that make up the orbit for each of those spheres.
Yeah. So with that, a movement of Earth orbit projecting outward. That's interesting because then we're creating an elongation orbit.
So right now, Earth's orbit is more circular. And what they're telling us is that Earth's orbit will become more elliptical, meaning more oval shaped, and it will move closer to the sun.
At one point and farther from another point.
Right. And so we've been told many times that it will get hotter because of this. So,
As Earth moves along the orbital path closer to the sun on that end, it will get hotter.
yeah.
And then it'll get cool off
On the
far end.
right, on the distal ends, it'll be cooler, but it won't be like our normal 4 seasons now.
Yeah.
It'll be a longer.
Seasons will change.
The seasons will be much longer, especially the summers.
And the next one is Renee asked a question: when will these changes in orbit begin, or has it already begun? And I just said it's just beginning, the very, very, very start. But it's a long, long-term event. So the movement of Earth process predicted as increasing in value. So increasing value is gaining momentum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as Earth moves in her orbit into this more elongated elliptical orbit, it will gain in momentum, but it's going to take a while to get that momentum going.
Yeah.
So you have to think in terms of mathematics and vibration here. It's the physics of how things happen. And if it starts with the mathematical instructions or vibrational instructions, when that vibration hits an atmosphere and that sphere, it takes time for it to change the mathematics of that orbit. And then for that planet to fall into that pattern.
I want you to remember, in order to keep balance, all the other planetary bodies have to change orbit also. So we don't run into each other, basically.
Yeah. So as this moves through, for example, on a small scale, if it moves through this plasma force moves through our solar system, then it's changing the orbit of all the planets within the solar system and
right.
perhaps even the
Well,
sun.
within the galaxy itself.
Yeah, that's on a larger
Yeah.
scale. And so, yeah, it all takes time.
So all redundant information will be processed.
And so you have to wonder if we're talking about the orbital change, um, how is what is this redundant information that they're talking about? Redundant being like excessive to the point of unnecessary.
Yeah.
It will all be processed,
So, yeah.
and that the acquisition of new influence is being projected. So when we go back to the first sentence, all redundant information will be processed. Processed means freed from impurities by processing. So we're talking about a lot of excessive information, maybe in the mathematics and the vibrational signatures around a given planet, are going to be processed. It's going to be made more succinct with this plasma field coming through, and the acquisition of the new influence, or to attain or acquire this new influence, will be projected or expanded upon.
Yeah, and that's important. Acquisition of the new influence projected, which means to accomplish or acquire. Okay.
Or projected means to expand upon, and
So
it's influencing.
right. So a collection of new evidence. A profound movement will incur existence of this sphere, a projectile.
Okay,
That's
so
interesting.
let's decipher that. What I think that they're talking about is that when this happens, this new evidence will be collected up by the scientific community, and it will have a profound movement upon humanity in our level of understanding. Projectile is something that's being thrust forward.
Yeah.
So the way that I am interpreting this message is that through this collection of new evidence, scientists are going to have a profound movement that's going to thrust humanity forward.
Okay, they're not talking about humanity, they're talking about
In our
the sphere itself, because it will incur existence of the sphere.
incur to seek existence, a profound movement will seek existence of the sphere. Well, it could be, that there's going to be evidence of whatever happens, right? We're going to collect up this new information, and perhaps it is, the movement of the sphere, in the existence of the movement is just factual at that time.
Yeah. So the next thing is atmospheric aptitude will prevail to ensure the safety of the sphere, safety of this Earth. Okay. The placement will run in accordance with universal laws, as I had said before, and expectations, and recapture abundance of this Earth. It's not considered abundance of like material goods. The abundance of this earth, which this earth can give to its inhabitants,
including the knowledge and the understanding that the earth holds.
Yes.
And
So
that will be made available for
recapture
us.
Yeah.
So atmospheric aptitude meaning the inclination or tendency of the atmosphere, will prevail to ensure the safety. And so something about the atmosphere is going to protect the Earth and ensure the safety of the Earth.
So that planetary evolvement is a processes.
Processes
Yeah,
is the way they pronounced
processes.
it.
That's why they should use rather than process. Processes. This means there's more than one process.
Mhm.
So it will relate to long-term intervention in species change. We had spoken about this, the species here on Earth will do a long period and begin to change over this long period.
Mhm. We will our internal neurochemical reactions would become much more proficient, and we would be able to process information at the rate of 4 times that of the way we process information now, meaning our brains.
So it will take much time for evolvement to be completed, a long time. Okay. Species magnification has begun this year in 2026.
So magnification, you can think of it like augmentation, that we're being upgraded,
Yeah, it's
basically.
very slow upgrade.
Mhm.
Long-term evolvement will succeed.
Mhm.
They have guaranteed the success of this evolvement. So species evolvement, adaptation to proceed as required, according to universal laws
Mhm. And so,
and processes.
there's always been this debate over, the biblical interpretation of evolution versus the natural
Mhm.
interpretation of evolution. And what we have found is that there is no gap between them. The Creator, God the Creator, created everything to evolve to higher and higher states. So that is down to the smallest part of an atom. It is evolving, and everything above it is going to evolve. And so it was created that way.
Zygotic,
Zygotic.
zygotic transformation will be released.
So as
I've never heard, I've never used the word zygote.
No, you haven't used a lot of these words,
No.
but they came out of his mouth. Zygote is a fertilized egg. So they're telling us that uh,
Well,
something about,
we all came from an egg.
right. So there's going to be some sort of transformation when the egg is fertilized, and that is going it's going to create a new pattern for humanity, new genetic pattern for humanity, and that will be released. So, and for some reason, I didn't get it into our outline today, but I did ask about the genetic upgrade of humanity. And I asked, is this going to be a mutation of the genetics, or is it going to be brought in from outside, or both, meaning genetics brought in from outside? And they said both.
Both, yeah.
And so,
So,
in the end, what they have indicated lately is that humanity is going to change so much that we will not be Homo sapiens any longer. We will be a different breed altogether. And so,
that's what I said.
well, but we look the same,
No, look the same.
but we will be,
We will look close to the same, but not the same.
but
We could have
the
longer
changes,
noses, big ears, or whatever.
the biggest change will be within neurochemically and the way that our brains process
And
information.
the inside, the heart, the liver, stuff like this will become more efficient for the
And
type of being that we become.
the other thing that I was reading in our notes lately is that we will have a much higher level of energy. And with that, we will have less disease.
It is important to understand that these changes will occur over a long period of time.
Mhm.
Okay. We are often informed of these events in the coming years before they actually manifest themselves and are visible. So it starts as an energy that has to take place in time to materialize.
Yeah, so you have to think in terms of, you know, how do you get from an energy coming through to the actual visualization of the changes that that energy brings? And it takes time for that to shift and to materialize.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to remember, we're not here to discourage you or to run out of the house screaming things are going to happen. This is to inform you, to prepare not only yourself, but the coming generation of what they are going to experience. And this is all about getting involved with what is going on, with the changes in this and within this sphere and the humanity itself.
Mhm.
So this is not to scare you. This is to inform you.
And these changes are not occurring just here on Earth. This is
Yeah, this
occurring
changes throughout.
throughout the solar system, throughout the galaxy, and very possibly throughout the universe or universes. Because at this point in time, everything is being moved up in value within all of creation.
We're privileged to be part of this
And on the
and
forefront
to
of it,
know it,
right?
yeah, and to know
Mhm.
what's coming because we can't influence it. It is directed by the universe itself, but we can, in, I'm going to say, enhance the the procedures that are happening and welcome the event that man will eventually begin to change in the political sphere and the arguing and all that will begin to change. So with that, I want to thank you for sticking with us and trying to absorb this information as best as we can ourselves. But if you have comment on it, please let us know. We would like to hear from others on their ability to look at what we just got through presenting and come back
Mhm.
with a thought.
So, peace be with you on your journey to enlightenment. Have a great week. Take care.